ideal place for me to live. And I was up in the state of San Luis Potosí. And after being there for a while, I decided to get on a bus and go all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, because it was on the East Coast. And after I'd been on the bus for 6 or 7 hours, the bus drove into the most beautiful little hamlet, and it was inside of a forest. The windows were open, and the air coming through the windows smelled so good, and I just made a snap decision to get off the bus and spend a night there. There was a hostel across the street from where the bus was, and I just ran in there and dumped my things, and then came right back outside because the forest was so tall, and the songbirds were amazing, and there was gushing loud streams and brooks. And what really impressed me was there was this beautiful mountain that went off from the roadside there, and there was a large 2-lane dirt road that meandered up the hillside. I asked one of the locals, "What's up there?" And he said, "Oh, there is the most beautiful overlook up there. You should go up there." I said, "Well, how long does it take to get up there?" 45 minutes. And he said, "If you stay up there after dark, the lights of Tampico come on, and they're beautiful." And I thought, that is exactly what I want to do. I've been on this bus all day long. I'm not burdened by anything. It's just a 45-minute thing. I'll just go right now. The sun felt so great. So I started in on this road. There was 5 or 6 other people going up there with me. And the first thing I noticed about the road was on both sides of the road were these concrete post street lamps that went all the way to the top of the mountain. I thought, this is perfect. If I decide to stay up there late at night, I'll have a good lighted road to come back down to town on. So I went up there. It was exactly like the man said. It was so impressively beautiful, so fresh, and wildlife, and I was enchanted. But there was people up there, and I wanted to get away from them. So I decided just to walk along the edge of the cliff until I got away from all the people, and I'm not sure how far down I went. And I found a big boulder off the edge of the cliff, and I went down there and sat down and sort of entered a little altered state and gave myself a nice little meditation. And when I opened up my eyes, sunset was happening, and it was just gorgeous. And then it got dark, and the lights of Tampico came on, and they were just like jewels on black velvet. And then it started to sprinkle. And then it started to rain. I thought, okay, it's time to get up and look for that lighted road. I got up to the cliff top. There was no lighted road. It turned out they had put those streetlights up 4 years ago, that no one had bothered to wire them. Welcome to Mexico. So I had to figure out where do I go? And so it was absolutely black, no moon. So I decided to head down where the town is down. So I just decided to head down. All of a sudden, I noticed it was really getting black. And then I looked up, and I was beneath a heavy canopy of trees. 10 minutes later into this forest, there's no road. 10 minutes later, I keep thinking the road's going to intersect me at some point. There's no road. 3 minutes later, I step into something that I cannot see, and it's boggy, thick, soupy mud, and I sink down on both legs to my kneecaps. Very scary. So I'm a very experienced mountaineer and hiker, and to be in a situation like this is not only embarrassing, it's not only stupid, it's very scary. This could be lethal. So I flail around in the dark. I can't see anything. I have no flashlight. This is 2005. We don't have cell phones with flashlights on them. I have no food. I have no water. I'm dressed in completely inappropriate clothes. The bugs are coming out. I'm covered with mud. I flail around and find a branch to pull myself up, and when I pull my legs out of the bog, it sucks both of my shoes off. So I have to get down on my knees and fish out these shoes, and by then I'm just drenched with this stinky, thick mud, which I can't see. I'm in absolute blackness. I'm really panicked. This is, what you read about in the newspapers, finding somebody's body in the woods. I still have to decide which direction I'm going to go. I continue to go down, down, down. In about 20 minutes of bushwhacking through things I can't see and tripping over logs and stepping into more mud, I finally see a very faint light through the filter of leaves and trees. And it takes me a long time to get over there because I'm having to protect my eyes. I finally arrive at where the light is. It's a single light bulb hanging on a wire over a shack. It looks like a scene out of Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale, like the woodcutter's shack. And I go up to it, and there's the sound of children inside. And I think, oh God, someone can help me and show me how to get back to the road. So I knock on the door, and the sounds of the children inside immediately shuts. I knock again, nothing. So I use my Spanish and I say, "Disculpe, soy un gringo perdido, I'm a lost gringo. Please help me." Nothing. So I knock very politely, nothing. Nothing. Finally, the door very, very slowly opens, and it's a young man, indigenous, very short. His shirt is open. He looks like he's 25, 27. Behind him is his woman breastfeeding an infant, and behind her are 3 or 4 little children looking up under her skirts. And the first thing I noticed about them, they are terrified of me, terrified. And I'm looking back into them, and it is a picture of poverty. There is nothing in that shed except children. And then I realize I am so tall compared to them, and I'm covered with this black mud, and I'm in these stupid clothes to be in a night forest scene. He will not speak to me. There's nothing I can do to make him say hello, buenos, hola, nothing. They will not speak to me. Finally, I can see like there's a shift that goes across his face. I don't know if he decides just out of the kindness of his heart to be nice to this person who's in trouble, or if more likely he was just figuring he's going to have to do whatever it takes to get this crazy person away from his family. So this guy, he sidesteps out of the doorway and puts his eyes right on mine. He is so scared of me. And then he picks up his pace and he steps onto a trail that I cannot see, but he gives me an eye signal to let me know that I should follow him. So we go into deeper, much blacker woods. I can see nothing. And we're going in all kinds of circuitous routes, and I'm beginning to think, this is the last direction I think we should be going to get back down to town. I have no idea who this man is. I have no idea what designs he has on me or what plans he has for me. All I know is I have no choice. I have to follow this man. So we walk more and more through 10 or 15 more minutes, and finally we see a light in the distance that does look like a working street light, probably the topmost street light above the town. And the thing is, I have no rapport with this man. He will not speak with me. So we finally, as we approach this light, and there's obviously a road there, I tell him, "You can just leave me there. I can find my way home from there." So we get up to the edge of the light, and I pull out my wallet, and I unzip it, and inside my wallet I only have a 200 peso note. It's worth $11 in 2005. And I give it to this man. And he takes it in 2 hands and looks at it, and he walks over to the brightest part of the light, and he just falls to his knee like he lost his balance. And he looks up to me and says, "Usted es mi ángel." And I said, "No, man, you are my angel."